Hello. Is my mic on? Oh man. Yo, actually, let me hold up. My mic, I think my mic is acting up again. Okay, I think my mic is good now. Yo, hello people. Seku-Senpai here. Yeah, I'm leaning back today. Tired. Long freaking day, man. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me. My webcam's lagging. Oh no, no, no. Yo, stop. Okay, let me mute that for a second. Is it lagging? Okay, let me see what's happening. Let me see what's happening here. Yo, how's everyone else doing today, though? How's everyone's day been? My day has been long. It's been hot. And okay, let me know if it's still lagging. In fact, let me open this up. Let me see if it'll be lagging even when. Make sure y'all can hear the game too. Dang, I'm tired. No, stop game. Don't do this. No, I'm not trying to get. Looks no more here. Okay. Is it good over there on Twitch? Trollolorian? Is it good? Is it good? Good. Oh man. Well, yo, how's it going, everyone? What's up, everyone? How are you doing? Where we at? Yeah, we're on this area. Revenge of 19 years ago. 19 years in the past. Okay, let me make sure all my audio is actually good now. Since that messed me up. That should be good. Wait, why can't I hear anything? Oh, there you go. My thing was muted. Okay, that should be good. That should be good. Okay, everything should be good now. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Umineko. Let's do this. Oh, man. Is it good now? Okay, nice. Yep. Good old Nazi torture today. Good old sadness. Another day of Umineko depression. Oh, man. Okay. Let me just go check out what was the last thing that they mentioned. Revenge after 19 years ago. Oh yeah, Birkenstock was saying her thing. Okay, got it. So my volume. There we go. After being forced into an unwanted marriage. Oh yeah, okay. So, yep, Nazi torture. Yep, I remember this. Nazi developed a grudge against the Ushiromiya family and was filled with a desire for revenge. Trial summary, page 3. Yep. As revenge for financially ruining her birth family, Nazi also plotted to take over the Ushiromiya family's fortune. Trial summary, part 4, yep. Excuse me. When Nazi learned that the wealth of the Ushiromiya family was in for all intents and purposes controlled by Kinzo himself, she initiated sexual relations to curry favor. That was wild that they actually went with that. Yo. Initiated sexual relations to curry favor with him and managed to ensnare him. Yep. Birkenstock documents, page 682. To curry favor with Kinzo, Natsu repeatedly disguised herself as Beatrice, a witch and figment of Kinzo's imagination, and engaged in sexual actions. So they're saying, yo, she cosplayed for the dude, gave him a show as Beatrice. Yo. Kinzo saw Natsu dressed as the mistress from his past and was easily ensnared. Going into his fetishes, like, additionally, a servant happened. Okay, let me chill. I see. Kind of family members walking by be like, yo, what's he talking about in here? But yeah, additionally, a servant happened to witness her in this outfit, forming part of the basis for the legend of the witch. No game sound? Y'all can't hear anything? Okay, let me know if y'all can hear the game now. It's always something. Oh, man. Additionally, a servant happened to witness her in this outfit performing... Wait, what? Kinzo saw Natsu dressed as a mistress from his past and was easily ensnared. Additionally... Can you hear the game now, though? Audio? Sound audio? But yeah, okay, awesome. Additionally, a servant happened to witness. I hate the delay, man. Additionally, a servant happened to witness her in this outfit performing part of the basis of the legend of the witch. Okay. Yeah. However, late at night on 1986, October 4th, Ushiromiya Battler discovered the hidden gold. Natsuki planned the crimes after the relatives raised a fuss and insisted that Battler should succeed the headship. She murdered the children in the cousin's room and tried to frame Battler for the crime. Furthermore, Genji was murdered because he was opposed to the scheme. Okay. Later on, Hideyoshi was also murdered. After this point, Natsuki displayed a strong intent to murder all those involved without discrimination. Yeah. The concrete details of the crimes are as follows. Okay, October 4th, midnight. Natsuki decided to commit the crimes because Genji refused to assist her when asked. She murdered him. She then murdered her husband Cross in his own room. Yep. Okay. Lots of documentations there. Got some sources. Afterwards, she went to the cousin's room on the upper floor of the guest house, waited for Rosa to join the rest, and killed George, Jessica, Maria, and Rosa. She mutilated the necks of the bodies. Man. Afterwards, because there were people in the downstairs lounge, she waited in an empty room upstairs. She hid in this empty room until people in the lounge dispersed and went to bed. Yep. The people in the lounge dispersed just after 3 a.m. Natsuki left the empty room and escaped from the guest house. She returned to her room where she met up with Kinzo, who had been hiding there. They spent the rest of the night there together, getting busy. Kinzo left the room early next morning and concealed himself somewhere near the guest house. Okay. That sounds good. Afterwards, Kinzo saw his chance and carried off the bodies of the 6 victims one by one, hiding them. Unfortunately, these hidden bodies have not been found. Okay. Natsuki, who had failed in her scheme to cast suspicion on Battler, changed her plan to include the murder of all present. Supplement materials T. Predicting that one of those present would eventually want to take a rest in a private room, Natsuki concealed herself inside a closet in one of the guest rooms. When Hideyoshi visited that room at approximately 2, she murdered him. 2 p.m. Natsuki once again concealed herself in the closet from the time the others became aware of the incident to the time that they carried out Hideyoshi's body. Furthermore, as proof of this, a button from Natsuki's clothes was found in the closet. Afterwards, she exited the closet and tried to return to her own room. However, Furuto Erika discovered her on the way, and Natsuki confessed to her crimes after questioning. Oh, 1? Oh, yes. Yeah, as I was saying that, I was like, wait, something sounds off about that. Yeah, 1. Thanks for the correction. However, Furuto Erika discovered her on the way, and Natsuki confessed to her crimes after questioning. Yo, a lot of... Okay. Great Court Official Notice 01724434. Trial of Illusions. No, okay. Decides as follows. Of October 10th. Okay, midnight. Ushiromiya Natsu confessed to the crimes. For a period of 13 months following this announcement, related documents may perused at the Great Court Legal Office's Document Management Center, First Subsection. Great Court Deputy Attorney General, Chief Inquisitor, Delano A. Knox. Dang, 7 a.m. where you're at? Good morning. Okay, then we're back. Okay, I follow. Dang. As though she had given up and decided that it would be useless to try and talk her way out of this any longer, Anatsu said that and screamed. It was a sad incident. I wanted to believe that, despite the pitiable circumstances which led to her marriage into the Ushiromiya family, Aunt Natsu had been able to find some small measure of happiness with Uncle Cross and Jessica. But instead, by Aunt Natsu's own hand, Uncle Cross, and even her beloved daughter Jessica, had been heartlessly killed. It was even harder to believe that grandfather had been an accomplice and hid the bodies. However, several people had given clear testimony that grandfather's mental state for these last few years had been far from what anyone would consider normal. So you're saying that because of that, she was able to use that as a slide to get Kinzo with her in her room, like perhaps possessed by a mad devotion to the mistress he had lost long ago. Grandfather might truly have believed that Aunt Natsu was a reincarnation of Beatrice. Where's grandfather now? Like Erica theorized, did he really believe that he could revive Beatrice by carrying out murders following the epitaph? And succumb to Aunt Natsu's yeah. Right now, is he holding some kind of distributing ritual with the bodies he carried away? Casually. Yeah. Got her in tears. She got beat up by Ava a few moments ago. She had to deal with everyone having to see her as guilty. This sucks. Anatsu sobbed as she spoke. Your revenge. Oh, if she said the person, everyone's like, who? This man from 19 years ago that Aunt Natsu kept mentioning was the man who had supposedly framed her. However, referring to a man from 19 years ago was as far as she would go, and she made no attempt at all to explain what had actually happened back then. Well then, of course they're going to keep suspecting you. Make me admit it.
夏日さん、私たち以外に部外者は一切存在しません。
Yo, I think she's the last person she wants to hear speak right now. And the way she says it in a calm persona, man. Erica laughed mockingly, and then it's like, yo. But as Anatsu looked at us, no, as she looked at some being behind us, she hung her head and shook. Then she confessed her sin. Yeah, what the heck? Oh. Okay, this.
やっと直接的な言葉で罪を認めましたね。
いいえ、昨日今日の事件のことではありません。
Ooh, she's gonna be specific.
について告白します。
19 years, yeah. Ooh, yeah, hit me with this song. I like this song. The adults all whispered together, wondering what this was about. But they had never heard about a murder case 19 years ago. Yep, is one that, yeah, they didn't know of.
私は罪を犯しました。
Yep.
許せなかったのです。赤ん坊が。
Ooh. Yo, she's saying murder, then she say baby? That doesn't sound good.
赤ん坊？今さら何の話ですか
19年前のあの日、私は
Mm-hmm.
お父様より一人の赤ん坊を託されました。いつまでも跡継ぎを見守ることのできない私に、ならば養子を迎えよとお父様がおっしゃり、
Yeah, I remember this, yeah.
一人の赤ん坊を私に抱かせたのです。それが私にどれほど
It sucks. I mean, especially after you trying to give birth and not working. With a mixture of conflicting emotions of anger, sadness, regret, possibly defiance, Anatsu confessed. Hey, hello, welcome. The humiliation as a woman that others had given up hope on her ever bearing a child, yeah. And also the indescribably unpleasant feeling of being made to nurse a strange baby. It caused her great sadness and rage. And before many nights passed, it ate a hole into her heart. Of course.
そして私は
Mm-hmm.
心を
To demons.
悪魔に売り渡したのです。赤ん坊を抱かせた使用人とともにララ庭園から船着き場の方
It is a tragic tale.
私は一人になりたかったのです。赤ん坊を連れたその使用人の女は一味に私の後について回りました。
Shooting blanks the whole time. Oh man.
赤ん坊の泣き声から逃れられず
Yeah.
その日より19年、私を苛む長き頭痛の日々の始まりにうめいていました。
Oh man.
そして
I mean, it's not impossible.
崖を望む遥か眼下の岩浜に、この赤ん坊を放り捨てることで全てなかったことにできるわ。そんな悪魔の誘惑を私は
That is
確かに聞
crazy.
きました。
Murdering a child, a baby.
そしてそれが本当にできたらどれほど素晴らしいかと、その誘惑にほんの一瞬耳を傾けてしまった
That
のです。
temptation only led to you to regret it later on,
大きな石を
or see it as a sin.
死をくじ読め、そして粗末な策に寄りかかり、その時柵が大きくきしんだ気もして、私は危ないと言いながら肩を掴もうとしました。いえ、そんな曖昧な言い方はしません。
Yeah, be specific.
告白します。私はあの時確かに危ない
I
と
told
言いなが
you
ら
to look out.
その使用人の肩を両手でどんと強く
Dang.
押し飛ばしたのです。
Straight up pushed her.
その根元から折り、使用人とその手に抱かれた赤ん坊と一緒に眼下の岩浜へ
Squash.
転落していきました。その瞬間のこと、そんなに覚えているのに、なのに
I recall it as vague.
とても不思議な気持ちだったので、
It was 19 years ago, but I don't think anyone would forget something like that. Unless you straight up are cold-blooded. Like,
二人が音もなく飲み込まれて消えたようにさえ感じたのです。だから私は二人が岩浜に落下した音さえ聞いています。いえ、きっと聞いているのです。でも消えたと思い込みたかった。
the Kinso came in with a solution. Oh man. Kinso said, if my son can't do it, I'll get it done. Yo, that's
聞いた音を
that's so wild.
記憶から消し去ってしまったのです。
You gotta get the job done. Okay.
それから
And then
私は一瞬これが夢だと信じました。あの高さですから、ちょっと身を乗り出したくらいでは眼下の2人は見えません。だから、2人が落ちたことさえ、ほんの数秒前のことさえ現実のことなのかわからなくて。
I didn't tell if the fall of the events of what just for seconds had actually happened or not. Yep.
きっと私はここから赤ん坊が落ちればいいのにと願いすぎて、白チュームを見てしまったに違いない。そう自らに思い込ませ、足早にバラ庭園に戻り、赤ん坊は使用人に任せ、私は一人ここで休んでいたことにしました。そしてお父様に赤ん坊はどうしたのかと。
Yes, yo, I'm to the baby.
任せた使用人の姿が見えないと。
Then the servant's also missing too. Eventually, the broken fence was discovered and the two corpses were found at the bottom of the cliff. The baby's origins apparently couldn't be made known, so its existence was hushed up. And the official story was that the servant simply died in an accident alone. Two innocent lives, no. The servant just doing his job and a baby who didn't even know what's happening. Generously compensated.
不幸な事故を嘆きつつもそれに納得してくれました。そしてほんの数年前、老衰で亡くなり、私は墓前で真相を告白し謝罪しました。しかし私は今日まであの赤ん坊に謝罪したことはありません。それがあなたの目的でしょう。だから私は今ここで罪を告白します。後宮夏日は19年前にあなたを崖から突き落として殺そうとしました。あなたは死んでいなかったのです。こうして生きていて、それでも私を母さんと呼び、この島へ帰ってきて、こうして復讐をされたのですね。あなたはこの19年間、母と呼ぶはずだった私に突き落とされたことを知って、どれほどの憎悪の人生を送ったのでしょう。
I mean, of course, I mean.
そしてあなたは、私が
Take everything in the game is just pushing off that cliff.
18年間の人生をこうしてすべて打ち壊しました。もう私には
In your perspective, yeah, it did all come smashing to pieces.
娘もいません。
Her husband, her daughter, her reputation, the honor of the Ushiromiya family that she was trying to withhold as stand-in head or something.
本当に
But not even stand-in head, but the honor of it, so.
そうです。あなたの目論見通り、私は今や人殺しとみなされています。どうですか。復讐にはこれで十分ですか。夫と娘を殺され、人殺しの汚名を着せられ、不貞の汚名まで
And adulterous even. Yeah.
生き恥をかかされる私を見て、あなたは満足ですか。さぞや満足でしょうね。私、家族、名誉もすべて奪い去ったのですか。
My honor. Dang. Yeah, just all she could do is cry. And she's gonna say this with a smile. It's terrible. Okay, I need to stop bumping to my mic. Like,
聞こえていますか。 19年前の呪われた赤ん坊。
The curse baby.
これで満足ですか。あなたは私から全てを奪いました。まだ何か足りないというのですか。私は許して。
ダメだな。
Hey, there we go. There we go. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this, man. Yeah, Battler got something else to say. For real. Oh, yeah, he did say something. Clean your ears.
全然ダメだぜ。
Yep, no good at all.
バトラ君。
Hey, hey.
ああ、ダメだな。全然ダメだぜ。
Hey. Gosh, yo, this scared the heck out of me. Yo, my volume's so loud. Yo. Glasses broke. Scared the heck out of me. Oh man. Is there any way you can't straight up rule out any of the... Oh yeah, Alive when game was suspended. Died. Dang. Actually, turn back up the music. Alive when game was suspended. Yeah, Genji. Ganon, Shannon. Goda. Shout out to Goda, man. Oh man. Okay, let me turn on my fan while I'm at it. Because, yo, this heat is wild. There we go. Oh, it's been on. I just don't feel it. No. Yeah, true. He doesn't. Yeah. Yep. No gender reveal. They'd have a gender reveal party. I cannot get comfortable. Okay. Actually, I didn't expect it to end right there, to be honest. Thank you for the trophy. Thank you for the trophy. But yo, we got the tea party now? What? If I knew that's how close we were last time, I would have just continued last time. Then I would have done the whole tea party today. But yo, I guess we're doing tea party today too. Today too, tea party. Tea. I was trying to make... Okay. Never mind. I was trying to make a joke. Okay, yep, just tea party. Wow. Please pull up a seat and wind down. Was there sojourn on Rokkenjima a pleasant one? The Golden Witch has gifted you with an invitation to her tea party. Hope that you will participate. Well, if there's tea, by all means. Interesting, interesting. Those credits went by fast too. Well, actually, it makes sense because usually we get like a whole verdict afterwards of all the Twilights and stuff. This time they didn't have that, so makes sense. Okay, yeah, Birds, what's up?
Hi, 我が主。お呼びですか。
あなたたちは引き続きこのかけらにとどまり、残る第1から第4のゲームすべてを
I want you to stay in this fragment and explain everything to the remaining first. Explain everything in the remaining first to fourth games. That pitiful transient which along this. Wait, what? Okay. So he painted over. It had been crushed in every way possible, and only the naked truth remained. To Erica, such a weak truth might as well have been fish in a chopping board. On a chopping
過
board.
去の4つのゲームはすべてナチヒの犯行とそのイレギュラーで説明可能です。
As I see, Nachi's crimes are freak
も
exemptions.
はやベアトリーチェなる魔女の犯行とは二度と語らせません。直ちに編纂に入り、極上の物語を献上してご覧に入れます。
Okay, okay, I follow what's happening. Okay, that's like what?
ベアトの魔女伝説は一かけらも残してはダメよ。
A Beatrice legend.
使用
Wow.
人たちの間の噂。
Really try and
不可
say,
解な
yo,
出来事を
Beatrice.
そうである
There's
かのよ
no
うに
no
語る
legend,
空気
no more legend.
金蔵の幻想と連動した魔女幻想。すべて完全に処分しなさい。
無論です。
Hmm.
直ちに着手いたします。現在、家具たちの身柄を拘束。
The furniture in
身代の
custody.
特定を急いでいます。
The vessels. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory had already been taken. Why did I know that they were the first ones to already be taken into custody? Those noisy sisters who had served Beatrice now faced nothing but denial. What sort of fantasy were they based upon which allowed them to manifest? Everything would be exposed and denied.
アイゼルネ・ユングフラウはすでに調査を開始しております。
Eisern and Crow.
最
Okay.
新の調査結果では1960年代にニューヨーク近隣で製造された可能性が濃厚です。
In the 1960s in New York, somewhere nearby. Hold up. Let me just acquaint myself with some of these characters because I feel like I haven't checked out the characters page in a hot minute. Okay, I remember everyone here. Okay, they're dead. Oh, this is everyone on the witch's side. Okay. Okay, so there's no one I haven't forgot about. Okay.
すでに補佐官が現地入りしてい
Man!
ます。
And Nate has already been sent to...
1960年
Yeah,
代
1960s
煉
US.
獄の七
New York?
メイ
What?
ドイン USA ソロモン王に連なる千年の魔女に仕える家具とか威張っておきながらとんだまがいものじゃない何者なの
Where
報
are
告
they?
によればオカルトマニアの富豪たちにイミテーションを売りつけ
Big
て
time
高額
swindlers.
作業を働く集団があるとか。
騙された富豪が同様に曰く月を語って転売するためマリア間で偽られ神格化された可能性があるとのこと裏付けと詳細特定を急がせています。
Yo, said that they're...
その界隈では後宮金蔵はどんなパチモノ
Because
にも
of
大金を
course.
払う
Of course he was, especially since he likes stuff from overseas. This dude came so man.
それが煉獄の七姉妹の正体おかしいわ
Swindlers. Huh.
ベアトの魔女幻想らしいとんだまがいものだわ
7つの大罪を語る分際でイミテーションの見上げ物風情だったわ
Man,
け
don't put
です
disrespect on them like that.
私初めて見た時からいかがわしい土産物屋で売ってる文鎮に過ぎないとは
Oh,
思
paper
ってた
one.
わけです
Messed up.
文
Dang, Birkenstell and Erica basically bad mouthing every character.
その
Like,
真実はもう七姉妹には突きつけた
I'm curious what they're going to say about
いいえ
Renov
ま
and
だです。
Gop and other
あ
ones
い
if
つら
we
ま
if
だ
they even go
自
there.
分たちは1000年以上前に偉大なる魔術師によって生み出されたとか本気で信じてやがります。
Hmm.
早く完璧な証拠と真実を突きつけ自分たちが原価
And
30ドル
perfect
にも満たない
evidence.
文鎮風情であることを思い知らせてやりたいです。
And then she had to bring up
そ
US
の
dollars.
時どんな顔を見せて絶望するのかしら楽しみだわその際には
She wants to have a show for her too. Get to pop some pop. Yeah, black tea and dried plums. I want some plums right now myself. Bito's witch illusions had already been seen through, and it had been proven that every one of them was simply the result of a human fantasy. What kind of fantasies created them, and what was their basis? The illusions would be confronted with this perfectly proven truth, and at that time they would disperse like smoke and be completely annihilated. This was called execution. Killing the illusion, so... Okay.
大ベルンカステル教による大本院が職務を適正に執行しているかの視察です。異端審問官風情が拒否する気ですか？
Wow. Really? Yeah, exactly. Yo, she was like, that you got the nerve to talk to me?
ドラノールたちが職務を正規の手順で遂行するかどうか、私は元老院を代表して視察するだけよ。
ワルギリア、
Doing as they please.
ガープたちも現在拘束に向けて準
Northern
備中
Gap.
で
Okay.
す。シエスタ姉妹子の遺体が捜索に当たっています。無論その後にベアトリーチェに関わった
Not Tenex. Yo, how's it going? Yo, thank you for asking. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. A little tired today, but, you know, doing well. What is the true nature of Chess Sisters? Ooh, good question.
犯行に用いた凶器がより代ではないかと推定されます。
Weapons used in the
ガートルード
crimes.
上級補佐官が専従チームを結成。全件を調査中です。
Their individual case. Okay.
シエスタ姉妹の所見も楽しみです。一人ずつまとめて一度に。
Delighted for someone else's execution. Jeez.
中身全部ポットに入れるバカはいないわ。一さじずつゆっくり味わわなくちゃ。
全くです。
These two
処刑
just
は連日行いましょう。
really compliment each other with the when they're both on the same page. Like,
処刑賞を必ずやお届けします。
素敵じゃない。何しろずいぶんの人数がいるからね。2週間くらいはたっぷり楽しめそ
a
うじゃ
lot
ない。
of them.
誰から処刑するか、その順序を彼らに決めさせるとか。
Yo, that's messed up.
処刑概念につい
And
て
then
も
fight amongst
最高の
themselves.
提案をするように。古今東西のあらゆる処刑を毎日楽しみたい
Old
わ。
and new from east and west. Huh.
処刑は大法院規定の方法でと規則が。
She's like, yo, follow the rules.
お任せを、我が主。必ずや魅力的な処刑賞を準備いたします。
最低でも四つ咲き系くらいにはなさいよ。
Quartering.
無論です。ヨーロッパ各国からアジア各国まで、東西のあらゆる王国が採用した国王への反逆罪にのみ適用される
This is
各国最高の
wild.
処刑を列挙してご覧に入れます。
私からも処刑方法を提案したいわ。
Oh, yourself? And what's
それに
that?
悩むことは寝苦しい夜の最高の清涼剤だから。
Yep, to cure that boredom.
アイデアを練って今度手紙で送るわ。
かしこまりました、我が主。では、ベルンカステル式はその最後のフィナーレに。
For the
全ての
grand
幻想を
finale.
打ち破り、ベアとの魔法体系を完全に打破した最後の最後にて、ベアトリーチェの処刑にて、我が主の望まれる最高の処刑を。
ありがとう、エリカ。あなたのおかげで私は病の辛さを当分の間忘れることができそうだわ。
Yeah.
あなたは最高だわ。私
Like,
の駒、私の分身、そして私の可愛い
daughter.
娘。
Kate?
もったいないお
Like
言
what?
葉です。
Nani? What? My precious double, my precious piece, my precious
あ
daughter.
なたに栄誉と褒美を与えるわ。ベアトの最大の象徴であるあの大広間の
The
肖
portrait,
像画、
what are you going to do? Replace
あれ
it?
を外して叩き割り、 その薪にてケーキを焼いて食べなさい。
Ain't no way you're gonna make a cake out of that.
あなたの肖像画を掲げることを許すわ。
He's destroying everything. Oh, not with this whack pork. Yo. Yo, what's this whack artwork right here, man? Yo. It's like. Yo. Lewd indeed. Yo. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. Yo, I am not a fan of this. Bring me back the Beatrice one.
最高の栄誉です。ベアトリーチェの名前と痕跡のすべての抹殺、抹消。それがすべて終わるまでの間、
So that's
あな
finished.
たにこの閉じられたロッケン島の主となることを命じるわ。
Okay.
奇跡
That
の魔
makes
女
sense, yeah.
ベルンカステルの名において、その日まであなたに魔女の
The
位
rank
を
of
与
witch
える
until
こと
that
を
day
宣言
arrives.
するわ。
Oh
こ
boy.
れよりあなたは
So now Erica got rank of witch now?
エリカを名乗りな
Witch
さい。
of truth. he said it's an upgrade. Oh man.
ありがとうございます。この栄誉に恥じぬ一層の働きを誓います。
Of course. This even though she was nothing more than a piece, she was being granted the honor of calling herself a witch like her master, if only for a brief stretch of time. Yep, I follow you, man. Erica was so moved. Erica was so moved at having her hard work acknowledged in the greatest form that she trembled. Yeah.
ドラノールは引き続きエリカを補佐し、その進捗を私に報告しなさい。
Mm-hmm.
良いです。ところで、ラムダはどこ？
Okay, where's
あちらにお
Lambda?
られます。
From the guest seating on the second floor, she pointed downwards. Lambda Delta could be seen beneath Battler, who hung there dead, run through by the red longsword. Is she down here dancing around him? Oh my god. Well, he's impaled?
そしてもっと面
You
白くなるか
were
もし
an
れない
interesting guy.
残念ね。
見事な死に様じゃない。エリカ、このバトラの亡骸は屋敷の大広間に飾るといいわ。
They're going to hang him up on a wall like, what, taxidermy? Is that what it's called?
次に私がこの
Like,
かけらに訪れる
jeez.
ときは、
That's
私をその前で
that's
迎えなさい。
demented.
かしこまりました。我が主。
What haven't these witches done that isn't
愚か
demented,
なる
Seku?
男の姿を永遠に主の勝利の記念碑といたします。
それは素敵ね。漆喰で塗り固めて美しい純白の石像にするといい。
Yeah.
可愛らしくデコなんかもしてくれちゃったら最高ね。
はい、ラムダデルタ卿、ご期待に添えるよう努力します。
おめでとう、魔女就任。一時的なものであれ。私はあなたを友人として迎え
Even
る
though
わ。
it's temporary, huh? Erica was so overcome with emotion that tears came to her eyes, because no greater pleasure exists for the piece than having its effort acknowledged by its master.
最後にはベアとも剥製にしてやりたいわ。そして大広間に高々と飾ってやるの。
白樺ご飯？
Shirakaba.
人間狩りの
Lake Shirakawa.
伯爵よ。
私、魔女じゃなかった頃にあれを読んで、永遠の命を得た人間ってどうしてここまで残忍になれるんだろうって不思議に思ったことがあるわ。
Wait, whose name was that? The human hunting count. I'm pretty sure I could check
あ
that
の
on
時の
tips.
私は正直共感できなかった。
Is it there? Hold up. Let me just check this out. Got me curious now. So yeah, being Grimoire. Lake and Count. Lake Shirakaba is a reference to An Moraki no Kizu, an award-winning 2003 novel by... Okay. The Human Hunting Count is a reference to Galaxy Express 999.
女になって1000年を生きてよくわかるわ。あれの筆者は本当の意味で私たちの残酷さをよく理解していたのよ。
次はどこへ行く？どうせ旅立ちはお互い背中を向けて
Irony with human hunting when
あ
there's
なた
witch
に
hunting.
退屈をしたくないからよ。
ありがとう、ベル。でも私はきっと100を数えたらまたあなたを探し始めるわよ。
退屈させないかな。
They are really over here having a time of their life right here. Getting that done, making plans on entertaining themselves.
もっとも100年先か1000年先か、未来永劫再会しないかもわからないけれど、
大丈夫よ。愛し合う二人にかけらの海は狭いわ。
第三の男、
Okay. Huh.
天井桟敷だってば。
あの星空のように輝く無数のかけらを一つ砕くたびに一晩は退屈の毒から解放されると分かったら、お前だって星の数を数えてみたくなる。
うまいうまい。
The witches known as Voyagers travel across the countless glittering futures of possibility, and gobble them up trying to escape their illness called boredom for as long as they can, yeah? The tiny fragments created by the human known as Beatrice had now been gobbled up by these two witches, okay, and had lost its glitter. The two who had earlier called themselves rivals in front of Bito now stopped that charade and laughed together playfully.
エリカ、新しきこのかけらの支配者、あなたが真実を紡ぎ、この世界の終焉までの物語を描きなさい。
Taylor Lisa's world's demise.
次は第6のゲームだっけ？はい、第6のゲームです。エピソード6はなんてタイトルにするか。
She's gonna be the writer?
もはや
Okay.
この物語の
Or decide the
紡ぎ手であ
title.
りマスターであるのはあなたなのだから。
Huh.
ありがとうございます。実はもう決めてあります。
Okay.
あら、
I'm curious what kind of tale. So she's already writing down or something.
なん
For
て
the
タイトル
title.
なの？
はい。エピソード6。本当はじらしたいんですが、お教えします。
Erica, you suck.
何よ、もったいぶらず教えてよ。
Yo, I am like, okay, like, yeah, see, they're getting upset too. Yo, speak up. Over here getting praised, you're getting a little too ahead of yourself now.
エピソード6。チェックメイト・オブ・ザ・ゴールデン・ウィッチ。
Checkmate of the Golden Witch. Mmm. Okay, of course. Okay, I knew there was gonna be the question element, because I was like, hey, wait, that was kind of too quick. Interesting. Okay, so we gotta see their little tea party, them setting up for the next episode or game that she will be overseer of, bending the tail to her will. Huh. Okay, now let's get this. Welcome to the party of the Inhuman? Is that what it said? I meant to read that, but let's go see what that thing was going to tie into Battler. Yo, Battler. Yep, here we go. But that is like no way. Okay, in the cathedral devoid of people, a figure could be seen still staring up in the heavens. Okay. Its chest pierced with a long red sword, which pinned it in place to the ground. It was the figure of Battler. Ironically, it looked just like what he had done to Bito, with B wedges in the fourth game. That is some interesting irony. Yo, I like that parallel. Battler had died quite some time ago. No, in this place the concept of death means nothing except that one has stopped thinking. Therefore, in a sense, Battler was not dead, because he's still thinking. After being defeated in a fight over the truth, he no longer had the strength to think of a way to resist. And so, he was dead. I take it back. The owner's massive long sword, which had been left in place of a tombstone, fastened Battler to the spot even after his death. Yeah, he just... I kind of hurt my shoulder doing that. This was... Ooh, footsteps. This was being lit by a faint light seeping out of a high skylight. Quiet footsteps rang out across the still cathedral. Whose footsteps? Oh! Okay, Beatrice. From the darkness behind a pillar, a woman slowly stepped forwards. It was Beatrice. Her eyes had no light in them, and looked the same way they had for so long in the Golden Land. Still muddied over with gray. Previously, she couldn't even drink black tea properly without assistance. But now, though it was slow, and though there was no life in her eyes, she was surprisingly walking. And with slow, deliberate steps, she reached Battler, who was still dead and pierced. Then, slowly, she touched him. She tugged on his sleeve. Yeah, he's... However, Battler showed no reaction. When she realized that it wasn't sleep, but death, the witch in the forlorn gaze drooped her head even lower. Yeah. Then she quietly whispered, "You liar." He tried. Bito softly touched Battler. Then she pressed her forehead against Battler's chest. There was no longer any heartbeat. It wasn't just because he had surrendered. It was because the witches had banished him from the game board. So now, Battler would never return. So now, the Golden Witch Beatrice had no more reason to exist. Yeah. Her reason was for him to, And? And I'm sorry. Ouch. Dang, for real? She got dusted. Then the Golden Witch, her task completed, scattered as a spray of, I guess, fragments or something? I don't know what that word was. Oh, wait, hold up. What was... Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yo, go back for a second. What was that last word? Okay. A spray of gold, yeah. In the Golden Land, the gray rain gently continued to fall. There was a faint aroma of good black tea. Oh yeah, my mouth does show up on screen. Okay. Bito stared blankly at the surface of the tea. There was Virgilia, continuing her knitting. Dang, showing us our good old times when... Dang. Along with me and Eleanor, talking to each other. This is a flashback. A flashback to a memory of Battler's, which Delanor's sword must have given him as it pierced him. A flashback at that time Delanor had come to visit the tea party in the Golden Land. Uh-huh.
私も同じです。次に太刀を交えるときは遅れは取りません。
上等だ。相手してやるぜ。全力でこ
I remember this, yeah.
約束
So give me your all. I'll give you my
全
all.
力です。
Yeah. Delanor. I thought she was a ruthless killer doll without a heart. But maybe she actually is pretty approachable. Yeah, I think so too. Though of course, neither of us will show any mercy when fighting on the game board. Yo, I actually have a meme to show y'all. I saw Delanor. I showed it towards the end. For a while, we gazed at the rain-drenched rose garden as we quietly enjoyed our tea.
しかし恐ろしいもんだな。お前の戦い方は。ノックス10回だったっけか。
Or the Cogalog. Decalogue. Yeah, Decalogue. What did I say? Cogalog? Decalogue.
ミステリーのお約束ってやつだろ。
Why they hit that sound effect? Did they add that to somewhere in here? The Decalogue. Usually they would have... Yeah, Nox's Decalogue. Okay, it's up here. Okay. The commands... Yeah. Okay. Fifth, not included. Why is the fifth one not included? I don't recollect if they even said the fifth one at any point. Okay. Okay, yeah, we know about all these. The debate over the interpretation of these laws continues to this very day and has become a source of countless unfair controversies. Wow, fundamentals call. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
はい、我が父が考案した戒律です。
隠し扉は存在してはならない。ノックス第3条だっけか。だから探偵は隠し扉を探す必要さえないわけだ。
That means there's no need for 10. Yup. No hidden doors. Borgstow talked about this. She said that even searching for hidden doors was a waste of time because they're forbidden by Nox's third commandment. It makes me want to argue back and say it isn't so uncommon for a rich family's mansion to have hidden doors or two built into it. But apparently you can get away with that kind of rule in the mystery genre. As an aside, there exist many wonderful mysteries in which hidden doors appear, and where hidden doors are the theme. Though of course this is limited to novels which have the premise that hidden doors exist. Without that premise, hidden doors mustn't exist. So if that premise isn't there, there's no need to search for hidden doors. I think that's probably the essence of her ridiculous argument. I get the feeling that the detective, trying to expose the truth, and the illusion trying to mask it with fiction, are getting blended together, leading to a bizarre form of argument similar to a devil's proof. Making a locked-room murder seem to be accomplished by a witch with magic. That's fantasy. Exposing that it was a human's crime done with tricks, that's anti-fancy. Investigating all possibilities to expose what those tricks are, that's mystery. But claiming that possibilities with no hints supporting them are unworthy of investigation, that's also mystery? Hidden doors, by definition, are hidden in a way that there can't be any clues. Would claiming that hidden doors therefore necessarily exist, even if the detective can't find them, be anti-mystery? That's enough of that. Oh, it would be. Yo, it would be? Okay, I got you. Yo. I got you. That's enough of that. This argument is too far of a digression from the riddles I'm actually supposed to be solving. My fight is really very simple. I'm only fighting to explain that it was possible for a human to carry out these crimes which are supposedly carried out by a witch. This whole discussion about mystery and anti doesn't serve any purpose. So I can't bring myself to have any particular interest in the rules known as the Nox Decalogue.
ノクスはお嫌いですか？
苦手だな。隠し扉の存在を調べもせずに全否定可能なんて。悪魔の証明並みにうさんくせえな。ファンタジーの対極のはずなのに。なぜか同じ論法になっちまってる気がするぜ。言い過ぎた。
Of course, yeah.
お前の親父が作ったんだもんな。
Oh man. I shouldn't have said that. You're dead. Yep.
お気になさらずに
I think it's more than that,
戯
man.
れに過ぎないとおっしゃる方もいらっしゃいますので。
バトラ君には実戒はかなり傲慢なものに感じられるのでしょう。
正直なところを言えばな。隠し扉は存在してはいけないから調べる必要さえないなんて。そんな頭のネジが落ちてないかどうか一緒に床を探してやるところだぜ。
ではバトラー、その第3条をなかったことにしましょう。そうなったら密室ミステリーはどうなるでしょうか？
What if Nox's third commandment, hidden doors are forbidden, didn't exist?
つまり
What if
3つトリ
possibilities?
ック
Huh.
のオチに隠し扉が OK になるってことか。
Huh.
手がかりや伏線のある隠し扉ではありません。隠しなのですから無論探偵にも発見できない隠し
But they are
扉。
hidden. Yeah.
バトラ君はよく悪魔の証明により発見できない X の
Yes,
存在を仮定して戦いますね。つまりはそういうことですよ。
Yo, facts. That's what I'm saying. Yo, if they acknowledge that, then that leads to infinite possibilities of
密室ミステリー
like.
読み物として破綻しちまう。
That was another way of saying that those kind of stories would simply no longer work. Yep, exactly. No one would want to try solving the mystery in the first place if they knew the answer might be unforeseeable. Exactly, because
せめて隠し
you could
扉
just
は
use
あ
that
り
as
ま
an
せんと
excuse
保
for
証してもらってからじゃないと
almost anything that would pop up.
推理する気も起きない。
You know hidden doors exist. You don't feel like trying things.
なるほど。ノックス第3条は必要だな。それがなければ。密室ミステリーは読み物にもなりゃしね
Exactly.
推理する気も起きないとは、つまりどういうことですか？
え。つまり、読む気もしねえ
Okay,
って
I like
こ
how
とだ。
Virgil is over here letting that opening Battler's perspective to things.
そういうことです。人間
Or
は
that's the way she's
推
going
理
about
可
it.
能だという保証を得なければ思考さえできないか弱い。
推理可能、すなわち頑張れば解けますよという励ましが必要なのです。
That might actually be true. It's the same with exercising. If you're told to run 10 laps around the campus, you can tough it out. Ain't no way, not around my campus I had. That campus was huge. But if you're made to run without even knowing how many laps it's going to be, you'll probably, well, okay, I see where they're going with this. Okay, I follow. You'll probably get tired before you know it, before you make it around 3 times, because you know what the goal is, versus not knowing. The same thing goes for thinking and reasoning. Depending on whether or not a problem is guaranteed to be solvable, the way we humans react to it changes completely.
推理小説で探偵が犯人が分かったと宣言する
I
シ
was
ーンがあ
saying,
る
ain't no way I'm going to run 10 laps around my campus. And there's always scenes where the second mass is
あれはつまりそこまでの文章で手がかりは全て記したから。
There's always a scene where the second mass is that.
読者諸君、どうぞ推理をしてくださいという合図なのですよ。
へえ、単なるお約束のセリフかと思ってたが、そんな意味があったんだな。
意地悪に言うと、探偵がそう宣言しない限り、どんなにミステリーを愛する推理自慢の読者であっても推理をする気力は生じないということです。
Makes sense, yeah.
過去のゲームにおけるあなたもそうではありませんでしたか？
Come to mention it, maybe that really was the case. My fight against Bito began in earnest, starting with the second game, I think. Yo, same. That's why I was like, 3 laps? 10 laps? Ouch. When Bito threw locked room mysteries at me at first, I didn't seriously try to tackle them. After all, I knew nothing except that people had died in a locked room, and the windows and doors were all locked from the inside. I had basically no hints. So I refused to debate, on the grounds that I couldn't fight because the lack of clues made reasoning impossible. After that, Bito sneered at me, didn't she? Asking whether I would repeat that over and over forever in an endless repetition of moves. At that time, Bito said this.
貴様ら無能どもがいつも嘆いてみせる思考停止の理由、情報不足。そしてそれに対し情報を与えると、今度はその情報の真偽を疑う。便利よな。無能を棚上げする実に小気味よい言葉よ。
Your own incompetence. Then she said she'd give me reliable information that couldn't be denied, and created a rule called the Red Truth. Yeah. Only after Bito had done all that for me did this curtain finally rise on my battle with her.
俺はベアトに この物語は挑めば解けるという保証をもらって初めて同じ土俵に上がったというわけか。
ベアトリーチェ、不思議な方です、謎こそが魔女の住まう狭間なのに、自らその謎を暴くことのできる赤き真実をあなたに与え始めたのですね。
You could say that the real truth is a hint Beto gives me, so that I'll agree to compete in this war of reasoning. It's a carrot. Yep. Being given a hint is like she's saying, go on, try solving it. It is possible. An enigma which is guaranteed to be solvable can't be called a true enigma.
これではまるでベアト自身が自分は本当は魔女じゃないって自分で認めてるようなものじゃないか。
おやおや、確かにそうなりますね。本当におかしな子です。
Beto gave no answer. With gray eyes, she did nothing but blankly gaze at the steam rising from her black tea.
我が父は思考する力に杖を与えるために実戒を生み出したのです、決して物事を傲慢に決めつけるためではありません。
思考する力に。
そうです。ノックス第8条、提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁
Clues
ず。
that are not
これ
presented.
は手がかりなしに当て推量で推理をしてはいけないという意味だけではありません。
逆に言えば、出題者は解決のための手がかりを必ず提示しなければならないということです。
実戒に従うなら全ての謎には必ずヒントがあり、よって必ず解決は可能だと保証されていることになるわけか。
I see. So this is what she meant by a crutch for the power of thinking. If you can't believe that it's solvable, you start feeling the desire to have to go at those riddles. If you're capable of believing that hints do exist, you get fired up by rereading the story to search for them.
確かに推理しようとする人間にとって勇気を与える力はあるかもしれないな。
ノックス実戒はミステリーの出題者に課す制限と思われがちですが、読み手にとっても大切なものなのです。実戒を杖とすることで私たちは推理する勇気と必ず隠されているに違いない手がかりを求めて何度も物語を読み返す気力を授かるのです。
硬くて開かないジャム瓶の蓋みたいだな。母さんがよく言ってたぜ、開かないと思ってるといくら頑張っても開かないってスポーツにもそういうのあるよな。必ず自分は成し遂げられるという強いイメージがあるのとないのでは記録に大きく差が出るというし。
In that case, the Knox Decalogue isn't really a set of arrogant and strict restrictions. You can also see it as a way to encourage readers who are trying to solve the mystery by telling them to give it their all since it's definitely solvable.
面白い解釈だ。しかし世の中の推理小説全てが必ず実戒を守ってるわけでもないと聞いたぜ。そういう作品にぶち当たった時騙されたってことにはならないのかよ。
実戒もまた解釈の一つに過ぎず、全てのミステリーに適用できるものではありません。父の原理主義者の方々は実戒を破った作品を異端と呼んで激しく糾弾される方もいらっしゃるようですが。
There's no end of arguments like this in the mystery world. Is this or that famous detective novel a fair mystery? In other words, one that follows Knox's 10 Commandments. That sort of argument is already an eternal theme of the mystery world. In fact, in mystery discussions, arguments like these sometimes become more heated than talk about the actual solutions.
そりゃ糾弾したくもなるだろうな。実戒に従い解けると信じて挑んで、実は解けるようにできてませんでしたってオチだったら さぞや悔しくて仕方ないだろうぜ。
That's right. When fighting with the Decalogue, there's just one thing you want guaranteed from the beginning. That is, the guarantee that the detective novel will adhere to the Decalogue. If a work labels itself as an orthodox,
同時にミス・ベアトリーチェはあなたとの勝負のゲームだともおっしゃっています。それはすなわちあなた
it's because they fight knights. Haha. It kind of sounds like a joke, low-key. Like a pun? Okay, it's a riddle from the English realm, so it might be a little tough for a Japanese person.
だからこそ私はこの物語がバトラ君に絶対に解けるものだと約束することができません。しかしこれだけは約束できます。赤き真実でそれを保証します。
But the red truth.
なんだ。
ベアとはあなたに解いてほしいと願って解けるようにこのゲームをこの物語の謎を生み出しました。それだけは私が赤き真実で保証します。
It was the one guarantee that all those who tried to use reasoning desire.
その答えが我が父の実戒にのっとり導き出せるものかは分かりません。
I do not know whether the answer can be derived by following the Decalogue my father
しかし
created.
バトラが悩み苦しみ推理の指針を求める時にもしも思い出したなら我が実会も試してみてください。再び挑む勇気とひょっとすると何か新しい発見を与えてくれるかもしれません。
Yeah, much appreciated.
ありがとうな。
Arigato.
心底行き詰まったらお前の戦い方も参考にしてみるぜ。っていいのかよ。敵に塩を送っちまって。
お気になされずに手土産も持たずに訪れた茶会です。茶花の代わりとなったなら幸いです。それに私と再び相まみえたならそんな悠長なことを言っている暇はおそらくないでしょうから。
Okay. Casually, yeah. Nox's Decalogue and Vigilia's Red Truth.
俺に解いてほしいと願って解けるようにこのゲームの謎を生み出した。
In other words, Bito thinks I can solve it. Isn't that proof that it's possible to apply logic to this? Of course, that's from Bito's point of view. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be possible for me to work it out. But compared to before now, when I didn't even know whether applying reasoning was possible or impossible, that one sentence might give me a great deal of courage and strength. At least it has the power to silence any negative thoughts about it just being useless anyway.
推理できると先に相手に証明させなくては推理をしない。まるで奥手な若者の恋愛のようですね。
恋愛？
Yep, love.
自分のことを愛してくれると相手が先に証明しない限り自分も相手を愛したくないでしょ。
Both boys and girls want to hear someone say I love you to them first without being prompted. That's the dream. They don't want to love another person until they're sure that person will love them back. After all, there's nothing as painful as a one-sided love, and the emotional scars of a love that doesn't work out last. And the emotional scars of love that doesn't work out last a long time, yeah. Because they're afraid of that pain. More than anything else, they want assurance that the person will love them back.
なるほど。推理小説における作家と読者の関係を面白く表現しています。
Yes, maybe you could liken detective novels to that. Both the writer and the reader. First want the other party to tell them I will solve it, or it can't be solved. Until the writer is assured that readers will definitely attempt to solve their story if they don't want to write it. The same goes for the readers. Until they are assured that they will definitely be able to solve the story if they try, they don't want to read it. Because they don't want to write what they consider a masterpiece and be hurt when no one reads it. Because they don't want to apply logic to what they consider a masterpiece and be hurt when they realize it was all useless.
その理論によるとまさに奥手な小学生中学生の恋愛だな。
Shy elementary women's words.
気があるくせに打ち明ける勇気もなく相手の告白を待って
So people are like that even when they're
もじ
older.
もじしたまま何の進展もなくひと夏が終われ。いやいや他の男とくっついちまうことだってあるぜ。俺の初恋もそんな感じだったさ。
Okay, Battler. Along with these one-sided feelings they can't express, they lament the passage of a summer which will never come by, and the days of their youth end. The writer who wouldn't write until he gained the support of readers goes for all eternity without releasing his maiden work. The reader who waited for the writers to fame, the reader who waited for the writer's rise to fame goes their whole life without knowing the joy of the mystery genre. Wait, dang.
バトラ
That sentence.
ク、その卵が先か鶏が先かという奥手な恋愛はどの段階にまで
Chicken or
進ん
the
だら
egg.
相思相愛の関係になるのですか？
そ
What
れ
came
は
first, y'all?
積み重ねだろうな。まず友達関係から始めてコミュニケーションを増やし、こいつはきっと俺のことが好きで俺もこいつのことが好きだと疑えなくなった段階を二人が共有できたところで、そのまあ多分自然と恋人関係に進めるんじゃないかと。唐突な告白で始まった関係は割と別れることも多い。
I have to look at my camera. Jeez, why am I have my head cut off?
実は互いに告白したことがなく、気づいたらずっと一緒にいたって連中の方が案外。
つまり
Oh, what was that, man? I clicked too fast. Impression I've gotten so far is relationship.
唐突な告白で始まった関係は割と別れることも多いが、実は互いに告白したことがなく、気づいたらずっと一緒にいたって連中の方が案外付き合いは長いってのが俺の今日までの印象だ。
Okay, got you, Battler.
互
In
い
other
が
words,
相手を信じる信頼関係が生まれたらということですね。
okay. They
いい
trust
か
each
いな
other.
ぜミステリーってのは作家と読者のバトルだと思ってたんだが、実はそうじゃないのか。
ええ、
Delving more into it.
互い
Huh.
が信頼し合った上でしか成立しない愛ある関係なのですよ。
What's up?
じゃあこいつと俺の関係も殺し合いじゃなくて愛ある関係だっていう。
Well,
意地悪をし合う小学生同士の関係程度にしか見えませんね。
Virgilia joked at us in a middle-aged woman sort of way. Virgilia. Still, though I'm not expecting friendship or a trusting relationship, I can accept her as a rival. What was that? A friendship or a trusting relationship. Okay. Bito is fighting at full force, trying to make me acknowledge that she's a witch. And I'm responding to that and going all out trying to deny that witches exist.
ミス・ベアトが正面から全力であなたにぶつかっているとどうしてあなたは言い切れるのですか？
見てりゃわかるだ。
あなたに全力で正面からぶつかってい
You
る
can
と
tell by
彼女
looking
が
at her,
赤き
right?
真実で宣言したわけではありません。なのにあなたはそれを疑わないわけですか？赤き真実以外は何も信じないとおっしゃったあなたがです。
He did say that.
バトラ君の言うところのコミュニケーションが増え、互いの関係が疑えなくなった段階というものに違いないですね。
Virgil and Eleanor giggled together. One guy, multiple women. The topic is love. Wait a second. Is this the worst formation for getting made fun of? Yep, man. Been there, man. He saw Eleanor's face. Oh, man. There's a... Yo. I tried a couple of times to change the subject. Oh, I'm reading the same sentence. I tried a couple of times to change the subject, and clumsily brought up more refined topics in an attempt to return the mood to something more suitable for a tea party in the rainy golden land. Did I even read the end of that sentence? Okay, let me focus on this. But each time Virgilia saw right through me and laughed at me, yeah. Even amidst this, Bito kept looking downward with those gray eyes, staring into her black tea. Yeah, what is she thinking? Yeah, that's right. Virgilia and Eleanor gave me so many hints back then. And yet, I barely thought about them at all. It's way too late now, but let me think. Now that it's too late to change anything, and I have an endless amount of time in my hands, let me think. One more time, let me think about the red truth Virgilia gave me. Crutch, and the crutch called the Decalogue and Delanor lent me. With the red truth, Virgilia guaranteed at the very least Beto left enough room in this tale for me to achieve victory. That red truth guarantee will give me the power to start my heart beating once again. And there's the crutch of the Decalogue, which Delanor lent me. Even she began by warning me that the Decalogue isn't so almighty that I can solve all riddles. But even so, she kind of described it as a method to solve. No, to take on riddles. Let me try it. Even though there's no guarantee whether this tale is mystery or fantasy, let me believe that I'll definitely be able to solve it. I didn't need to read that sentence. Yo, what? Yo, what? Oh my gosh. Yo, people just make anything. that is a mystery. And let me make one last attempt. When I came to, I was suddenly in that strange tea room where I had often argued furiously with Beto across the table. Of course, Beto was nowhere to be found. It was just me, isolated and alone. That's right. That's alright. Even so, I won't stop thinking. Okay then. What were Nox's commandments again? I'm sure Delanor explained most of them when slamming me with them. Of course, even if I recall them vaguely. What was the first one again? Gertrude here to help you. It's forbidden for the culprit to be anyone not mentioned in the early part of the story. When I muttered about what the first one was, Delanor's subordinate appeared, as if to answer my question. Without bothering with an unnecessary hello, she told me nothing more or less than what I wanted to know. Mentioned the early part of the story, yeah. Does that mean that by the end of the first game, the culprit must have appeared already? Oh yeah. Like, true, that's the most basic of basics in the mystery genre. A given. A given? Have I really kept that as a basic assumption? With each new game, the number of people in this tale keeps increasing. That violates which violates the closed circle rule. From that moment onwards, everything is screwed up. Did I give up on the inside? Thinking that the true culprit or mastermind must not have shown up yet, and that reasoning was therefore useless? If I read this tale as a fantasy, new characters keep showing up to the point where even having demon kings or gods or divine creators appear wouldn't be strange at all. True. Even if the true mastermind first appeared in one of the last episodes, I just accept it as that kind of story. Okay, there's the music. However, if I read it as a mystery and stick with that conviction, then there's no need to worry at all about anyone who shows up later, because Nox's first clearly rules them out, stating that it's impossible for the culprit to be anyone who appears later on in the story. Yeah. Of course, there's also that what both Delanor and Virgilia said. There's no guarantee that this tale follows the rules of the Decalogue. True. So of course, I can't deny the possibility that the culprit first appeared in the second game or later. However, this is one way of thinking. This time, I'll forget about the devil's proof completely and try to borrow the power of the Decalogue in my thinking. After all, I know by now that I'll never be able to reach the truth without looking from multiple perspectives. Even the first of Nox's commandments denies the existence of an unknown person known as the witch from the very start. Yeah. If I had followed that in the true sense, I might not have suffered so miserably in the second game.
第2条は
謹んで申し上げたてまつる。ノックス第2条探偵方法に超自然能力の使用を禁ずる。
The owner's other subordinate appeared without a sound and gave me an answer to my question. That's right. A detective can't go around using magic.
そしてこれがフェアな戦いであるならば、探偵と同様に犯人もまた魔法を使ってはならないということだよな。
Huh?
謹んで申し上げる。解釈は自由と知りたまえ。
だよな。ああ、俺の自由に解釈させてもらうぜ。
If this game is a if this game is a fair if this game is a fair battle between me and Bito, then excuse me. Then because this tale is solvable, it features no elements which are impossible to explain with logic. Yeah. In other words, magic must not exist. When does it appear? I should suspect that the mystery element is breaking down, but I should instead question why it was shown and suspect the witnesses and observers. Those who observed the magic. That's right. That was Bito's greatest weapon in the second game. Depictions of magic that have no place in the mystery. By showing me that, she forced me to think that this tale wasn't a mystery, and therefore the reasoning was impossible, and I surrendered. Yeah, yo, I had a dude over here crawling on the ground and stuff. However, if I had believed unshakably that it was a mystery, it would have been completely obvious to doubt the witnesses who claimed to have seen those things. Also, at the end of the first game, it was revealed that this tale had been passed on to people in the future by means of a message bottle. Someone wrote down the incident in the form of a story. In other words, this entire story was a world which includes the personal opinions of an observer. Yep. Namely the person who wrote that message in the bottle. In other words, the observer isn't God, it's a human. Therefore, there's no guarantee that the descriptions are truly impartial. a lot of magic. Magic. By the end of the first game, it had already been made clear that the text violated the constant premise of mystery stories, that they must be told from a God's eye view. For that reason, it's possible to doubt not just the witnesses, but the observer as well. If I couldn't doubt this much, no matter how many seemingly unsolvable displays of magic appeared, I wouldn't have had to blindly accept them and give up. However, that raises the question, is it even possible to solve a story written by an observer who is impartial? All reasoning ends here if you get obsessed with this. Which is why it's so important for me to believe that Bito is trying to fight me through this tale. Because it's a fight, that means I've been given a chance of winning. And the fact that I've been given that must mean that reasoning is possible. This part is the hardest. Unless I believe that the cruel witch took on the risk of losing and trying to have a fair fight with me, I can't get past this part. Virgilia is right. It's just like love. Even Ryukishi, you joked about it? Oh, man. And Amakusa, oh. Yo, the creative minds, man, out there. Hey, if someone's thinking of it, why not? Alright, I'll admit it. Unless I admit that we're in love, I won't be able to get any further. When Virgilia ran out of patience with the two of us, shy and incapable as we were of admitting that out loud, she gave me that red truth instead. That was the red truth saying, Bito wanted me to solve the riddle of this game, so she created them to be solvable. It's like Sato-san in Class A says he likes you. Likes hearing a love confession via a friend. Am I really pitiful? Reasoning is love? If we don't love each other, the logic won't open up. In that case, why can't we just say that we love each other? If you think you can solve it, just you try. You're incompetent, like hell you can solve it. Yeah, according to George Aniki, you can call that sort of thing Sundara. Hehehe. That brutal witch is probably starting to look a bit cute. Stupid battler. If I meet her again, I wanted to try saying, you're such a Sundara. If I meet her again somewhere... The same V... Yo, true.
他の実解も教えてくれ。純不動でいいぜ。使えそうなやつを。
Okay. Something that seems useful.
謹んで申し上げる。ノックス第8条。提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁ず。
With clues that are not presented.
謹んで申し上げる。ノックス第6条。探偵方法に偶然と第6巻の使用を禁ず。
It must not be solved with clues that aren't presented, and it must not be solved by luck. If this tale is made to be solvable, then we can read this as the opposite way. In other words, clues must have been prepared so that the tale can be solved. And it has to have been made in a way that can be solved without relying on luck. If I can believe strongly that Bito is challenging me to a fair game where reasoning is... Okay. If I can believe strongly that Bito is challenging me to a fair game... So, I clicked the buttons and my whole taskmaster manager came up on screen. I can be sure of that. That must mean that Bito has already concealed clues, hints, and messages within this tale so far. Yep. Yo, yo, you ain't lying. I'm loving it. Oh man, it isn't from the Decalogue, but Erica or someone said this. Someone said this. There are 3 riddles to be exposed in the mystery. Oh man. Oh yeah, wait, is my wire plugged in? Oh yeah, it is plugged in. Yeah, headphones secret. One is the whodunit. Who is the culprit? One is the how done it? How did they commit the crime? And one is the why done it? Why did they commit the crime? All this means that clues related to these 3 riddles are already present inside this tale. No, strictly speaking, it's like this. Bito scattered hints about because she wanted me to solve those 3 riddles. Though whether I'm capable of catching those hints or not is another matter. Even if you pose a riddle thinking it's easy, it might be difficult for the person trying to solve it. Yeah, true. Therefore, it's only natural for there to be a difference on how difficult each person thinks it is. Of course, everyone thinks differently. That's why, as Bito went through each successive game, she watched me closely and tweaked the game as needed to get a good arrangement. When Bito realized that I'd completely surrendered in the second game because it was too hard, she secretly worried. If I surrendered and lost the will to fight, the game would no longer remain on an even footing. Therefore, in order to make me regain my will to fight, from the 3rd game onwards, she set things up in a way that made it easier for me, giving me tips on how to fight and a few hints. The appearance of Virgil and Arnaud was obviously so that they could help me. Yeah, that was a nice fight. I rewatched that fight with the Umineko project connected. I was like, yo, this is nice animations they had there too. But also, though we still had the usual crazy magic shows, she gave me the metaphor of the Braun Tube trial, as well as tips on how to fight back. I finally understood how to fight, and at the end of the 4th game, Bito managed to have the all-out showdown with me that she had probably wanted most of all. Then Bito acknowledged that my abilities had become full-fledged, and entrusted me with her heart. Entrusted me with explaining this tale, didn't she? In that case, it was really dumb of me to boycott most of the 5th game. Just because I was so disgusted with those 2 witches. It doesn't matter who the game master is. All I need is to search for the truth in Bito's game. On the contrary, I should probably thank those 2 witches just a little for continuing the game in Bito's place, now that she's gone and left everything to me. Of course, I doubt these evil witches are trying to do anything of the sort, yeah? Culprit, crime, motive. The answers, the hints, to those 3 ultimate riddles must be scattered throughout the tale shown so far. It's probably a very faint light, like trying to find beads that have fallen onto a sandy beach. They're definitely there. However, they're so faint that unless I believe strongly that there's no way I'll be able to find them.
金家、謹んで申し上げる。
なんだ。
物語を今の汝には真実のか弱き光を見逃さぬ目が与え。
今こそ物語。
To go back.
推理可能とは信頼関係の先にあるものと知りたて
Bam
まつり。
bam 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 bam.
知ってるぜ。いや、今ようやく気づいたかもしれない。
Something that has been repeated over and over again throughout the tale, persistently so.
愛がなければ真実は見えない。
Without love, the power of love. Slowly, the tea room dissolved into darkness. Then, as though I was slowly sinking into a pitch-black sea, I passed through the cracks of the long journey I'd taken with Bito, and kept on falling and falling. It was a bizarre experience, like crossing over the boundary of sleep while still conscious. Yep. The several tales that had come before became faint bubbles, no, perhaps small shining fragments. They were scattered like stars in the pitch-black sky. I kept sinking on and on into that sea. The tale is up now, one after another. Virgilius guided Dante to Mount Purgatory and led him to Beatrice, the eternal lady who waited at the top. Therefore, the innermost depths lay not at the bottom, but at the peak of Mount Purgatory. The eternal lady had been waiting there for Dante the whole time. And then, I knew. Gosh, man. I need to stop with these glass breaks, man. It always gets me. Yo. Yeah, I feel that. I finally reached the truth. In the depths, no. At the peak of Mount Purgatory. Baka. You really are an idiot. Hey, wait, what? Oh, what song is this? I already know for a fact I'm about to claim for this most likely, but I don't care. He woke up from the sleep of death, and bit by bit, his sense of pain came back to him. As Balor hung there, pierced by the longsword, his head still tilted towards the heavens. Life gradually returned to his face through an expression of suffering.
お前は本当にバカだ。
I'm the Umineko.
大バカだ。
Battler noticed. The whole time, Bito had been snuggling up against him, sleeping. Hey! And when he held her, he found that it was not Bito, but her crumbling remains. Oh yeah, because yeah. And because her form was as fragile as ash, when Battler tried to hold it, just like the sandcastle made on the beach, being washed away by a small wave, it fell apart and lost its form. At Battler's feet lay nothing but the ragged remnants of Bito's dress and the pile of ash. No, on top of the pile of ash, he could see something sparkling in gold. It was a husk of a single gold butterfly, which had been torn to bits. Memento, man. And so, Battler knew I did reach the truth, but I was able to do it, while Bito still remained in this world.
ベアト、お前、本当にバカだろ。俺はようやくこのふざけた謎の真相にたどり
Reached
着
the
い
truth,
たんだぞ。
but now she's gone.
お望み通りにくじけずに、とうとう最後までたどり着いたのに。なのに、なんでお前がそれを待てずにくじけちまったんだよ。
Without waiting for me. Ah, man.
あんなにも信じてたんだろう。俺が
She
絶対
did.
に
She did
真実に至ってくれるって。
try holding in there
なら
as long as possible, but
どうしてそれを俺と一緒に信じて待てなかったんだよ。永遠の拷問を強いていたのはお前じゃない。俺だ。
it was
俺がお
me.
前に過酷な拷問を強いた。そしてお前は最後まで抗い、俺に訴え続け。そして俺はようやく今になってたどり着いたってのに、お前はもう待ってなくて手遅れになっちまったって。バカ野郎、どうしてお前が先にくじけちまうんだよ。
It's my fault. I forced her to endure this torture. She kept on appealing to me, over and over and over again. And because I was so incompetent, I couldn't even begin to understand the truth.
バカ野郎、バカ野郎。お前の謎はさ、ひねりすぎなんだよ。ど
No.
うしてもっと簡単に言えねえんだよ。バカ野郎。
Pain. Like... His scream of pain filled this cathedral of sorrow. The sad witch who wasn't able to let Battler know the truth. The sad man who wasn't able to understand the witch's truth. Battler howled in anger and sadness for both of them. The clock hung in the cathedral showed that it was midnight on October 5th, 1986. Time was up for everything. If you're going to create a riddle as hard as this and be so proud of it, don't go and set a goddamn time limit on it.
わかるぜ。それほどのわずかな奇跡の中にお前は祈ったんだよな。お前もじいさまと同じだったんだ。
You prayed for me and bet on the power of a miracle. One so unlikely that it was totally impossible, less likely to find a bead you dropped on the sandy beach. And because you did, I have now arrived at that miracle. But your time didn't last long enough. If I had reached this point even a little sooner, if I could have seen the truth, even if it had been right before time was up, I might have been able to save you. But now, I've been run through pathetically, and I can't even hold what remains of you. I struggled, attempting to pull the longsword out, or at least touch your remains by stretching out my arms, but neither worked. Yeah, he's still impaled. Oh. At that time, I noticed a gold glint in the palm of my hand. It's that butterfly you picked up from. It was a single wing from that gold butterfly. It was a small fragment of gold. It's the only piece of Bito that I was permitted to touch. I cried with all my strength, gripped that fragment, and pressed it against my head, apologizing. Why couldn't I have reached the truth earlier? Then I pressed it to my chest, promising that even though things had come to this, I would never again lose the truth. When I pressed my hand against my chest, the sword pierced my chest, cut my wrist, and blood dribbled out. Oh. Man. The blood spread through my fist, and it must have soaked that gold fragment with my red blood. It must have been the only way of telling her that I'd found the truth she wanted to tell me. I clutched the wing of the gold butterfly with my freshly bleeding hand and pressed it against the red sword that impaled me. In this moment, Ushiromiya Battler knew and understood. He had arrived at the entirety of this tale. Bleeding. I kind of like the song. At that moment, it seemed as though a faint golden light leaked out the gaps in his clenched fist. Ooh. The two witches had their backs turned, and Erika was laughing at Battler's corpse. Ooh, may not be laughing anymore. What about to happen? Oh, he wanted to make a statue and stuff. Yeah, huh? Ooh, justice. Justice in Battler's chest. No. The red long sword impaling Battler began to shine gold from deep within his chest. Ooh. Hey! That bright golden light began to change the red sword's color, turning it gold. Yo. Huh? Yeah, he's not done. Battler coughed up blood and groaned. His consciousness came back. His will to live, his will to fight, came back. Hey, the red long sword impaling Battler could no longer be described as such. By now it had become a golden long sword. Then, slowly, it pulled itself out of Battler's chest. Yo, that'd be kind of cool to see. After it had finally pulled itself out of Battler completely, it flipped through the air and stuck upright into the ground in front of Battler's eyes, as though it knew who its master was. Battler, crawling on the floor and moaning, grabbed the golden long sword. Hey! Got himself one. And though it looked painful, he slowly rose to his feet once again. This ain't no trick. She's like, what? That golden glow. Lamedetsu stared wide-eyed at the bright-colored, golden-glowed sword, noticing that... Wait, that's what she said, right? Bright golden glow in awe. Oh. Noticing that Battler's resurrection wasn't part of the script Lamedetsu had thought of. Burns also frowned slightly. I don't think he'll do anything this time. He's using the golden sword. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Yeah. Unable to target.
3-9だと。
Yeah, 3 nines. Huh. The Chester sisters hesitated, unable to carry out Borkasell's orders.
ラムダ、これはどういう茶番
Lambda, like, I
完全に
know.
魔女幻想は打ち破られて、法廷は私の勝利に終わったはずよ。
悪いわね、ベルン。もう少し付き合ってもらうわ。
She said psych.
そうでしょ、後宮バトラー。
Dang. She said, you gotta stick around, yo.
待たせたな。エリカ、ベルンを貸してる。
Oh, snap.
俺の
Ooh,
真実。
my truth. Okay, Battle, let's go, man.
再審請求を受理するわ。
Yeah, she is
魔女集
is
会
game
の
master,
戦争
so.
法廷の閉廷は撤回される。
異議提出。すでに裁判は決審し、判決は公示されている。
Now, she said retrial, though.
異議却下。いかなる判決も新たな真実の前にはかすむ。
Yo.
異議提出。バトラはプレイヤーを追放されただけでなく、魔女の地位を持たない、上告する資格を持たない。
異議却下。
Overruled, still.
あるのよ、彼には。
Oh, he does now. Yeah, he does have that, so.
ラムダデルタの名において認めるわ。後宮バトラー、あなたは新たな黄金の魔女。
Ooh, the new Golden Witch?
無限の魔女
Or
とし
the Endless
後
Witch?
宮バトラーを
Okay.
認めるわ。
Hey, okay, Battler. Got a title.
なんですって。
You upset because you just had your
バト
title.
ラが魔女の位を。
Uh-huh, he did. Upset? The rank of a witch, which she had desired so long, had been granted to Battler so quickly. And on top of that, this wasn't anything temporary. This was an official, proper authorization by Lambda Delta. Erica couldn't accept it, and her face turned bright red. Jealous.
最後の最後まで楽しませてくれるわ。
Uh-huh.
このゲームは。
Yep.
いいわ。付き合ってあげる。エリカ、受けて立ちなさい。
Like, Erica, do
あなたが
it.
私と築き上げた赤き真実は完璧よ。 夏日が犯人であるとする真実の構築は完璧だわ。絶対にバトラには崩せない。無論です、我が主。何の心配もありません。それよりシエスタ姉妹、我が主は射殺を命じていますよ。いつになったら命令は実行されるんです
They
か？
can't fire.
エラーコード39。領事少女には解除コードが必要です。だからあいつはやると。
領主。
誰が？このかけらの支配者は誰？私です。
Oh, it wouldn't seem so.
領主、まさかバトラが。はい、
Huh?
後
Yep.
宮バトラはこのかけらの
It's the official
正当
territory
な領
lord.
主と
Ha.
認定されているであります。
Yep.
そうよ。
I like how she's like, yo, I know
黄金
everything.
の輝きの意味が。バトラはね、
Yeah, she saw the golden glow, so she
すべての真実の最新王にね。
Yep.
だからバトラは今やこの世界の物語のゲームのすべてを理解している。それはつまりゲームの支配者の地位を得たということよ。それを信じたくないでしょ、ベルン。
I bet she doesn't. But that's what's happening now.
信じたくもない。いいわ。バトラが本当に全てを理解したのか試してあげるわ。エリカ。
Careful what you wish for. Like.
残念ね、エリカ。せっかくこのかけらの領主に任命されたところだけれど、それを剥奪するわ。
Stripped of that
こ
title,
の
just
か
like
けら
that.
の新しい領主は後宮バトラよ。
Yo, facts, yeah, Fragment Lord, like.
悔しい。ねえねえ、悔しい。
Yeah, she's rubbing in her face. I like it.
いきなり剥奪ってどんな気持ち？どんな気持ち？
Yeah, just like that. Instantly gone. She really don't like him. Again. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop, please.
私の構築した推理に隙はありません。夏日が犯人であることは否定不能。
俺は夏日おばさん以外が犯人である推理を構築できる。
And he also uses the red, yeah,
お前
okay.
の真実は否定不能かもしれない。ならば同時にお前の真実は俺の新しい真実も否定できない。
Yep, true. Ballard spoke with the red truth, allowed him.
夏日以外が犯人で
What was that? Ballard spoke with the red truth, allowed him to status as well. Yeah, yes it did, yeah.
どうやってドラノールバトラさんの妄言に付き合ってあげてください。
Slowly, Delanor stepped forwards. In her hands was the long sword of the Decalogue. She also had a blue short sword. In Ballard's hand, it was the golden long sword. The two rivals once again, for the first time, they truly confronted each other. Yup, here we go, true confrontation. Haha! Yo, those various expressions.
待たせたな。
いいえ、あなたの帰りは私の予想より早かったです。
Huh?
殺しなさいドラノール A ノックス
Delanor's form disappeared in an instant, as though her slowly dignified movements from before were only a lie. Ooh, I like that sound they used for that. The trowel drawn by the longsword of red truth burned itself into the retinas of those who saw it. Before anyone had enough time to follow that trial, it was ready to approach a battler's chest.
エリカ教の推理により第5のゲームは解決しました。この推理による真実を覆す新事実は存在しません。
Ooh, that gold. Let's go.
他の解釈、異なる真実の提示が可能だ。異なる真実の並列により、両者の真贋を問う。
In this closed-off world, it's possible for differing truths to exist at the same time. Furthermore, as long as multiple truths existed, it's impossible to claim that any of the truths are the single truth. In other words, even if I can't overturn Erika's reasoning by questioning its credibility and conquering it, I can defeat it.
ベルンの推理は完璧よ。簡単には覆せない。でもね、ベルンの推理と互角の推理を提示できたなら、戦いは氷結
It'll
と
come
なる。
down to a verdict.
すなわ
Okay.
ち、いずれかの真実は打ち破られて否定されることがあり得る。
笑わせる脚本だわ。悪魔の脚本はやはりこうでなくっちゃ。
Demon script, yeah. Ooh.
では問いましょう。夏日以外
I
の
like
誰
that
が
sound.
犯人という仮説ですか？
That was golden longsword drew both red and blue. Okay.
夏日おばさんの告白した19年前の赤ん坊
It's
による
revenge
復
of
讐
the
で
baby from 19
構
years
築
ago.
可能だ。
Hmm.
ノックス第1次犯人は物語当初の登場人物以外は禁ず。第5のゲームより登場した人物に犯人は名乗れません。
その19年前の赤ん坊は最初から俺たちの中にいるとしたら、
Yep.
それが俺だとしたら
Yep, there you go. Got that gold right there. Could be one of them.
ノックス第8次提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁ず。あなたが19年前の赤ん坊であることを示す伏線はあったのですか？
第4のゲームにおける俺が母親アスムの息子でないとする赤き真実、第1のゲームおよび今回のゲームにおける親父のゲーム、俺の生まれに何か事情があることをはっきり明示している。
Yeah, something to do with his birth, huh? Raul proposed that he might be the baby from 19 years ago, and announced that he would reconstruct the crime with himself as the culprit. As Donor cautiously held her sword at the ready, she gauged the distance between them. Now that Bao had inherited the position of this world's territory lord, and even attained the rank of endless sorcerer, his moves surpassed humans' understanding. By now, the physical distance between them probably counted for nothing. But as their extremely agile battle was surpassing the point where the concept of distance made any difference.
まずは見事です。バトラー犯人説、お聞かせ願いましょう。
ああ、聞かせてやる。
Let's
そ
hear
れ
it.
に説明がつくこと。夏日おばさんが犯人だと決めつけることはできないこと。俺が
You
証明
can't be
してやる。
certain, yep. Why they zoom in like that slightly? Hey!
あなた
Okay, here we
が犯
go.
人というならいくつもの矛盾が生じます。その矛盾があなたのか弱い真実を刈り取る。
Yep.
この私、探偵にして真実の魔女古田エリカが
Yo, you might get shut down right now, Erica. This time, Erica stepped forward. Oh, what? Oh, what? In her hand what appeared to be a scythe, like a Grim Reaper might hold. A ruthless scythe for reaping everything that threatened her theory.
犯行時刻は24時からの1時間しかありえない。あなたはその1時間の間、屋敷の食堂にいます。
Getting down all the
犯行は不可能です。
Ooh, yo, he's stopping that. Yo.
死亡時刻24時からの1時間の間と特定はされている。犯行は24時から
Ooh, he
午前
mixed it
1
with
時まで
both?
の間でなくとも可能だ。
Okay. Here's with that. Ooh. Yo, that looks really cool. Knocked it down.
いとこ部屋の殺人に限定します。午前1時から事件発覚まで、いとこ部屋での犯行は不可能です。ドラノール、今です。
第8条、提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁ず。いとこ部屋で実際に犯行が行われたなら手がかりが提示されなくてはなりません。それが朝まで室内の異常を監視していた探偵であるエリカ卿に与えられなかった以上、犯行は不可能です。
俺が悲鳴を上げて全員が集まった段階のことだ。そこまでに殺すことが可能だ。それ以降に殺すことが可能だ。
Oh. Possible to kill him before then. Okay. Valor used the blue flash to deflect both the red shoes that Erica and Eleanor had flung at him. Erica's eyes went wide. After all, what he had said was completely absurd. At that time, they still hadn't been killed. Even though corpses were lying there with their necks sliced open.
いとこ部屋の4人の死亡は赤き真実で宣告されている。魔女伝送のつもり？あの時点で死んでいた女王子たちを魔法概念で蘇らせたつもり？
なるほど。あの時点で
Since
死
you
んでたと
believe
信
they
じ
were
る
dead
お前に
at
と
that
っちゃ、
time.
まるで死者が蘇らされるみたいに見えるだろうな。ならこれは お前にとって魔法になるだろうぜ。
Probably magic to you.
ならば、お前に一矢報いるのは俺じゃない。
ほざて何度でも繰り返します。
Yo, I'm loving this.
いとこ部屋の4人の死亡は赤き真実で宣告されている。そしてその遺体は大勢が確認しています。そして全ての死体は天使を誤らないとすでに赤き真実で宣言済みです。これでも食らいやがれ死者どもめ。
Hey, hold up, Erica, hold up. Those from the cousin have been declared in red truth, and their deaths, bodies, well, it's already been declared that red truth. Yep. Renove? What?
その赤き真実が何時の時点でのものか。
I was expecting bro to show up. To what point in time did that red truth refer? Ooh. A pitch black hole opened up beneath Erica's feet and swallowed her up. She could probably see through to the other side of the hole. It's the same thing you'd see if you looked down through the skylight on the ceiling of this cathedral. Hey! Yo, everyone's showing up. She even got her wand. Virgilia could already be seen in midair inside the cathedral. Smothered fate. As Erica fell from the heavens, Virgilia was right below her and thrust upwards with a divine spirit glowing blue.
べきではありません。金像は存在しません。よってあなたの推理の遺体消失が破綻します。
道理です。金像以外の人物が遺体を消失させねば破綻します。
Even she said. Oh, furious. Yup, impaled. Yes. Fujitsu Divine Spirit skewered and pinned Erica. Erica struggled, filled with hatred, but she still couldn't get out easily. Then, all around her, several small fastenings clanged off the walls and surrounded her. Ooh. Yo, everyone came through. 7 people manifested at once. Yo, I like this. Paperweight's doing some damage. Ooh, his body would never move. Hey, ain't easy getting in your head. Yo. Hey. Yo, you about to start crying. Yo. After being discovered. Yep. Oh. Yep, damage. My theory. Yeah, you.
赤き真実での反論を無効？そんな思考もあるのね。
Huh?
確かに第三者の死体が存在しないことはすでに赤で語られてる。しかしそれを赤で語ることを禁じられたらバトラのやつお手上げじゃない。
そうだな。この閉ざされた六軒島ではこの死体がじい様のものだと示せる客観的な方法はない。
それこそがこの遺体が替え玉死体である可能性の示唆です。この身元不明遺体が金蔵の死を証明するものにはなり得ません。
チェックメイト。我が推理は揺るぎません。
Are you sure? The owner has sealed off the red truth as means of proving that Kinzo's corpse had been shown. Even with the power of which his battler couldn't argue back. Okay. Yep.
赤き真実を封じられてどうやってその死体を金蔵だと証明するの？無理よ。不可能だわ。
赤と青ならね。
Wait, what?
この死体が後ろ宮金蔵の死体であると保証する。
Okay. That's new gold truth? Then, when Delanor met with Battler's gold flash, hold up. I want to see what she said right there. Wait. Are you going to prove that the truth is possible? It can't be done. Now a thread, now a blue, right? Well, he brought in the gold. Then when Delanor met with Battler's golden flash, she was unable to fully block it with either her red long sword or her blue short sword, and she was blown backwards into the air. It was a direct hit, without any miscalculation. Though she had always seemed as firm as a small giant before now, she was finally blasted away and slammed against the wall as though she was the slender girl she appeared to be. And no, stop. And he said, I guarantee that his corpse is okay. Yo, he shot her back.
見事な黄金の真実、有効です。
It is valid.
黄金の真実？
Huh? The golden longsword, which had been drawing red and blue trails before now, finally drew a trail which retained its divine golden color. The truth is showed. It was neither red nor blue. It was gold truth.
何それ？ラムダ！こんなのはルールにあるの？
Yeah, it does.
有効よ。黄金の真実は
Wasn't expecting it
こ
though.
の世界の領主。いえ、
Ooh,
ゲームマスターにしか使え
owned
な
by
い。
the game master himself. Yo,
なんですって？
you know she's mad.
黄金の真実。赤き真実とは異なる方法によって紡がれる。
Moving in a different fashion
神
than
の
red
真
truth.
実。その力は赤き真実と同等です。時に
Mm-hmm.
劣るでしょ
Sometimes be inferior, but
う。時に勝る。
it's sometimes superior. Okay.
その輝きこそが
Uh-huh.
バトラ君が本当にベアトを理解した証。
Yeah, that has to be like that. Oh, my headphones kind of hurting my ear right now. Okay, that brilliant shine is the proof that Battler has truly understood Beto.
示したぜ。この死体がじい様であることを。
はい。黄金の真実。受理しまし
Accepted,
た。
yeah.
エリカ教の推理は修正に応じぬ限り破綻します。
Okay. Well, it goes revision, but she ain't gonna do no revisions. Erica cried out in pain. It wasn't the pain of, the pain of her body being impaled. It's the pain of her own theory being defiled. Facts.
なるほど、叙実トリックの寄せ集めかと思ったら、これはいつの間にか。
Just when they become in.
とんだ傑作集だわ。
バトラー、それ以上語るは野暮に過ぎるわ。
Worse to
あ
say
んた
more.
の遺体消失の真実、もはやこれ以上語らずとも完全に理解させてもらったわ。なるほどね。あんたの考えてるそれはこれまでの法廷の全ての赤に矛盾しない。19年前の男の復讐を軸にしたあんたの真実、そ
Okay,
の
there we
全て
go.
理解し受理したわ。
Bro
あ
did
んた
it.
の真実の成立を宣言する。
Truth established. Yeah, there you go.
そんなどうしてですか、ダイラムダテル隊長。あいつはまだ全てを説明しきっていません。
That was just
秀吉
enough.
の密室や夏日の自室の封印やクローゼットのボタンや、まだまだ他にも反論の手段が用意してあります。
Yo, she said, yo, I'm not done yet. Well, you are.
まだバトラに反論できる気でいるの？
Yeah, now that you got the gold truth, like Chandler. Only Erica, the one who's supposedly so intelligent, couldn't understand. Supposedly. Erica's been. She couldn't understand that Bala had already found the real truth.
以上により G 様の不在は証明され、夏日おばさん G 様をめぐる不名誉は返上される。
Exactly.
夏日おば
Get
さ
rid of
ん
that
純潔にして停粛だ。貴様
that
の
right there.
別な物語は許さない。
Nazi we can just get rid of that. it's not out of question, but
さらにこれまでの死者全員の死亡時間に疑義が生じる以上、
oh man.
夏日おばさん以外全員のアリバイは白紙に戻る。
Are null and void,
もは
huh?
や
and thereby made it seem as though he had appeared. In other words, on this island, anything which might lead someone to visually mistaken something for grandfather, including someone else pretending to be grandfather, cannot ever work. Okay, so that wouldn't work. Okay, the scheme Natsu once put together to make it seem as though grandfather was alive only involved her saying things like, he was here just a second ago, or he's in his study alone now, cleverly exploiting the relatives' blind spots to pretend he was there. She never tried to make anyone mistake something they saw for grandfather himself, so there were no contradictions. If she had tried to dress one of the servants in grandfather's robe, it would probably have been seen through in an instant. It has been guaranteed that none of the characters in this island would make something for grandfather by sight. If someone still claims to have seen grandfather, it becomes a falsehood. Everyone is permitted the right to falsify their observations. The noise which rang out across the cathedral was the sound of Delanor's longsword clattering to the floor. Simply letting go of that was the same as resigning to the proud Delanor. Though the blue trail Ballard had drawn was aiming right for the top of Delanor's head, it stopped a hair's breadth away. Even if it hadn't, Delanor would probably have annihilated without leaving a single scrap of flesh behind.
Resign です。あなたの真実の
Hey.
断念します。
借りは返した。お前の親父に敬意を。
Hey, my debt.
傲慢で
I paid my debt. Yo, he paid respect and stuff?
父に敬意を。
Oh. Delanor sat down on the floor and completely abandoned her will to fight.
何やってるんですか、ドラノル。
Got her really to stop. They're reliable observers, which means that anything. Huh?
情けない、みっともない、間抜けな薄野の殺人人形。
Sure, yeah. Huh.
あんたは自分の父の名誉に泥を塗ったわ、恥知らず。それでもミステリーのくさび、魔法に屈するの？そんなのミステリーの歴史が許さない。
お前こそ何もミステリーを分かってないな。ミステリーが相手を知的に見下すための狂気にしか見えてないなら、お前に俺は二度とそれを語らせない。
I won't let you ever speak to them again. Yo.
お前に相反する真実を宣言する。夏代おばさん、19年前の男、すなわち俺によって 内線電話で脅迫されていたんだ。その目的は夏日おばさんを殺人犯に仕立て上げること。これは初めから夏日おばさんに濡れ衣を着せるための復讐劇だ。
違います。夏日が仕組んだ後ろ宮家の復讐劇です。あなたの推理は私と真っ向から相反します。
お前のその青い槍まだ抜けないのか。
Exactly. Can you?
そうね。エリカからはまだ金像以外の理由での遺体消失を聞いていないわ。あんたの推理は現在否定中だけれど。
こんな槍など。
It's just what? Stuck? Yo.
人どもめ邪魔だ。
The deeply pierced blue spear and the seven stakes tormented her. They won't come out. They won't come out.
修正とエリカの推理の誤りを認めるわ。
Oh.
そんな我が主。
Watching Erica's face contort to pain as she struggled to escape from the spear, Rokkenjima declared this with a disgusted expression. For all intents and purposes, it was as if... Yo, true. Even if... for all intents and purposes, it was as if Rokkenjima had acknowledged Erica's defeat herself. With eyes of shock and despair, Erica looked up at the master who no longer had any confidence... Yup, no confidence in your victory.
あんたのプライドなんて知ったことじゃないわ。
Dang.
いつまでその無様な姿を晒す気なの？私と同じ青い髪を許された分身がいつまでそこで貼り付けになっているつもり？私自らがやはり降臨しなきゃダメなのかしら。
Ooh, really? I
や
have
は
to send
りコマ
myself?
なんていらない。
Oh.
あ
Crazy
あ、
when
め
she
んど
started
くさ
looking
い、
at
めん
it
ど
this
くさい、
way.
七めんどくさい。コマなんていらないわ。捨ててしまうわ。ああ、残念、無念、失望、絶望、期待外れの的外れ。早くしなさいよ、クズが。お前のそのみっともない推理を修正しろって言ってんでしょ。
She doesn't want to. Oh man.
修正いたします。
Dang.
我が推理を修正いたします。
Physically pain, verbally being yelled at. Erica's face twisted in humiliation, with tears streaming from her eyes. She withdrew and revised her own theory in accordance with her master's orders. Humiliation, man. Mumbling quietly, she made various revisions with the blue truth, had them acknowledged by Lambedosa, and finally had the blue spirit smashed and was freed. Though that blue truth did indeed explain how the bodies had disappeared, it was truly shabby reasoning that reeked... What, retribution? What's that say? That reeked of desperation. Desperation, of course. A master.
抜けました。我が推理は完璧です。どこが？無様この上ないわ。でも許してあげる。
She says perfect. Nah, that thing
あんたの
trash.
その顔と推理がとっても情けなくて笑えるから。
Yo. Erica was taunted by a master who wore an ugly expression. She thrashed about on the floor, crying bitter tears. The wounded Delnor stepped out before her as though shielding her, and she spoke to Brokenstell as well as
ど
Battler.
れほどみすぼらしかろうと修正されたエリカ教の真実は
Hey, yo, she's like, yo, show respect still. I'll be respectful still. Hey, that's nice.
俺の真実に関係なくお前の真実も同時に存在する。それがこの世界で誰にも否定できないから。いくつでもどんなに相互が矛盾してもそれらの真実は同時に存在できる。
They can exist
こ
at
こ
the
で
same
は
time.
想像の数だけ真実があっていいんだ。それを誰も一方的に否定してはならない。
Unilaterally.
そうです。エリカ教の真実は私が誰にも否定させません。
ドラノール。
このドラノールある限りその真実をお守りいたし、どんなにみすぼらしくとも私はその真実を嘲笑いはしません。
The words of Delanor, whom Erica had previously looked down upon, led Erica once again to thrash about on the floor, sobbing.
そして唯一の真実が存在しない限り、全ては
Covered
闇
in
の底だ。
darkness.
すなわち俺の推理もエリカの推理も否定不能であると同時に唯一否定できないが絶対でもないあやふやなものだ。
Neither which is absolute.
確定しない以上魔女幻想はまだ存在してる、それを暴くことが許されてるのはエリカでなければ貴様らでもない。
Yeah, hey, and of y'all either, so.
俺以外
Yep.
ベアトリーチェの魔女幻想は暴かせない。
Hey, hey, Valerie.
判
That's
決
right,
を
man.
変更。後宮バトラの示した真実によりエリカの真実の唯一性は失われた。しかしエリカの真実は否定不能。よって2人の真実は並び立つ。第5のゲームの決着を撤回。
It was
ゲーム
rescinded,
はイー
yeah.
ブンに戻るわ。そしてゲームマスターは
That's being
私から黄金の魔術師後宮バトラに移る。
Okay, Valor.
後宮バトラ前へ。
Step forward, man.
新しいゲームマスターに任命するわ。
Hey, I'll do the game master.
するわよね。しなさい。新しい無限の魔女。
Endless sorcerer and witch,
あ
yeah.
あ俺が
Yeah,
新
he
しいゲー
said
ムマス
yeah,
ターだ。
exactly, yeah.
第6のゲームは俺が紡ぐ。エリカ
Valor, man.
今度こそ俺と決着をつけようじゃねえか。
Hey, hey.
立て。
Yes.
立ちますともこの屈辱話す機会を与えたことを
Ooh,
後悔
you
さ
were
せましょ
real?
う。
Are you sure about that?
主第6のゲームにてもう一度バトラと戦う機会をお与えください。
Oh, what you gonna say?
ええ、
Oh,
もちろんよ。チャンスをあげる。
okay. Maybe your last chance. I was surprised
あ
too.
なたがチャンスをあげるなんて。
Yeah, I thought she was gonna say no for
こ
some
れって
reason.
奇跡じゃないの？奇跡の魔女ベルータステル。
That goes along with that.
奇跡的にあなたは命拾いしたの。第6のゲーム、バトラのゲーム。何としても暴きなさい。忘却の闇に捨てられたくなければね。
Yeah, she'll disregard you quick.
はい、我が主。ドラノール。
無論です。次なるゲームにても全力を尽くします。
もう客人のふりはしません。私とドラノールであなたのゲームを引き裂いてみせます。
ああ招待してやるぜ。俺の
Okay.
第6のゲームにな。悪いがタイトルはお前のつけた
Yeah, checkmate of the Golden Witch. Yeah, you said, yo, changing the title.
あなたのゲームです。あなたが名付けるといいでしょう。その挑戦
Scrap that
望む
title
ところ
away.
です。私はフルドエリカ、魔女である以前に探偵。あなたがこのゲームの新たな支配者であることを認め、そ
Ooh,
して
and I declare
宣戦布
war.
告します。
Yo,
絶対に暴いてやる。殺してやる。
ooh,
黄金の魔術師後宮バトラ
big words right there.
ああ存分にかかって
I like
こ
this
い。
like slight like
フ
rivalry
ル
though.
ドエリカ
Not even like rivalry, but like seeing each other. I mean, just watch Bito. I'll take charge of what? Of your game, yeah. Okay. Watch. And in this next game, I'll prove that I completely understand all of your riddles. Yo, hey, yo, they need to stop with those loud sounds, though. Hey, this song. Oh yeah, they got the lyrics on there now. I forget I have that there. Yo, bravo, nice ending. Yo, I got the chills with that one. I actually have a question for y'all. For those who have read the manga, I was just curious about like how does this look? Like when they do Red Truth in the manga and stuff, like how does that look? Is this like in bold or something? I was just curious, like appearance-wise, how that would look. Tsubasa. It's a nice song though. I like how they put the names big ol' on screen. All caps. Yeah, next episode is Battler versus Erica. Well, I mean they've been going at it throughout this whole episode, episode 5, but yo, but yeah. Oh, they do a full color page for it. Okay, interesting. They didn't get me with that. They almost got me with that break screen. If I wasn't reading this, that would have gotten me. They do a full color page? Really? Interesting. Okay, that's really cool. Episode 6 is even more crazier than the 5th, as I've heard. I've heard. Okay, fine. I can take off my headphones. My ears hurt. Man. Jeez, I miss my old headphones, man. Rest in peace, headphones. Actually, I might be getting them fixed soon, my old headphones. They had better cushioning, which is why I don't use these. These things hard as heck, man. They have good sound, but it hurt my ear. Oh, man. But yeah, yo, next time we start with... It won't... Okay, good. Yeah, next time we start with episode 6. Hey. Oh, yeah, what do we have in tips? Let me check out the tips for a second. Episode 5 tips? Isn't it just... Yeah, it's just this stuff. First, I don't know why I was thinking of something. Nothing else. But yeah, I gotta end this right now, y'all. Yo, it's burning... Okay, get off the screen, man. But yo... This was a nice episode. Yo, I know when people tell me Answers arc is really good. Yo, that was a nice start to it. I like it. Perspectives on the mystery and going about... What are these sounds I'm hearing? And there's like a bug in here? Okay. And going... Every time I keep speaking, I hear this buzzing sound. Okay, but... What is the sound? And okay. With the letter, and then there'll be more clues for building in theory. Okay, interesting. Yeah. No, stop. No, I know. I want to hear the song too. But actually, let me just switch my screen so that my thing doesn't pop up no more. But, best time to do so? Yes, definitely. Yeah, I want to be thinking about that stuff. Fairly in your face in episode 6. Okay, I got you. But yeah, I'm going to think about some stuff. I actually found my notes from previous episodes, which I actually really like, because it's interesting seeing my thought process I had in like episodes 1 and 2. I'm just like, whoa, yo, I was thinking about some crazy stuff in these episodes, some funny theories, but screen needs to stop acting up. But yo, y'all, thank you for tuning in for the stream. This was a nice stream today. I might be live tomorrow playing a game. Not Umineko. I might be playing something else. What do I want to play tomorrow? What's popular nowadays? Fall Guys? Will I do a Fall Guys stream? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I might play something tomorrow. I might be live tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, until then, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with Danganronpa next weekend. I might finish the first game. I'm still uploading stuff onto the channel. But yeah, I also had okay, let me exit this game. This game just doesn't want to close. But yeah, anyways, I'm maybe live tomorrow playing something. Maybe, maybe not. And Danganronpa next weekend. We'll be back for this on Tuesday, hopefully. And there we go. Thank you. And yeah, I also hit you all up with some theories next time on some stuff that I have together, because I've been thinking about the culprit stuff. I'm thinking about that stuff. So yeah, until then, check out the other videos on the channel, other uploads. Other stream tomorrow? Maybe. I might be. Probably not. I say I will, but I may not. I say that. I might. I'll see. But yeah, anyways, yo, thank you for tuning in again. And yeah, as we go on another chapter, we're on what? Chapter 6? 6 out of 8. 6 out of 8. Will we finish this by October? Yo, I was thinking about this the other day too, before I ended. Yo, I was thinking this, like, I was like the other day, yo, it'd be crazy if I legit finish episode 8 in the beginning of October, literally on like October, like, what is it, 5th or 6th? Yo, that'd be kind of crazy, but I don't think that might happen. It could happen. It could happen. No, I probably won't. I might finish it maybe a month afterwards. I'll see what happens in August, how much I get done. But yeah, again, thank you for tuning in, and yeah, I'll see y'all next week for some more Umineko and other streams and stuff on the channel. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Peace and out. Boom.